and insightful conversations with The Hang. Dive into a world where Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Lloyd are redefining the art of podcasting. From gripping tales to thought-provoking discussions, The Hang is your gateway to the best content in the history of the world. Don't miss out on the experience that everyone is talking about. The Hang. Elevate your listening journey.
What was that last thing she said?
I don't know. Something about
something snide.
No, not snide.
Okay.
It's a legit thing, but it's more corny than anything. It's just a goofy, we're the best ever. Blah 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 blah.
How's that goofy? That's the truth. Bye. Love you.
Later, kiddo.
She's the mean one.
Oh, it is? Oh, she seems so sweet.
No, she's sweet, but she's mean too. I walked today. She comes out of the car. She got home from school. Donna got her. She gets out. She goes, "Ah, look who's bald today." Because I got a haircut. I'm like, hello to you too.
I wasn't going to mention the haircut, but as long as she brought it up.
Too short. But
You think?
Yeah, you know.
No, you look. It's nice. It's a high and tight, man. It's very military cut-esque.
So, I like it. I like it tight on the sides, just like this.
Yeah.
But I then like some hair on top.
Because you're showing off, is what
Trying
you're
to
doing.
show off. That's all
A man of a certain age is showing off with all his hair.
I'm not fat and I have hair. That puts me in the top 25% of men my age.
Top 5%. Top 5. Don't sell yourself short. Have you seen some of the ghouls walking around?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Bro, come on.
I mean,
It's nasty out there.
I don't know. I'm not a fantastic looking man, but I have Ronald Reagan-esque hair. I mean, I can't. What am I gonna do? the great communicator.
Welcome to The Hang.
Welcome to The Hang with Mike and Matt.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Matt.
What a week, huh?
Oof. Yeah, I mean, it's so far so good.
It feels like
Kinda.
so far so funny. It's
I mean, if this is what I will take 4 years of this. I would take 100 years of this compared to the 4 years of the. It was like your thing. It was all this stuff.
Karens.
Karens.
A lot of Karens.
It was a government of Karens.
Time-
You better believe this, and you better not say this.
Time for a Chad to come in the mix, man. A real Chad.
Bring in a Chad.
Bring it a Chad. Yeah, man. What a week. And I don't think either one of us want to get too political. But I mean, there is some observations that have to be discussed, right? Like
It's a real roller coaster is what we're on, Matt.
It's crazy. I spent all day on Monday sitting on the couch and watching inauguration activities, like all day. Like, to the point where from the moment I woke up to the point when I went to bed, I was like, Jesus, this guy's got another ball to go to? Like, I'm sitting on my couch doing nothing. This guy's been to like 9,000 places.
You're in your jammies.
Yeah, he
ready
signed
for bed.
100 executive orders, and I'm sitting here going, I wonder if I could heat up the old brisket. I wonder if it'll taste new again if I just heat it up. If I added some more barbecue sauce, everything's going to be great.
Sometimes it's better the second day.
That was the top priority on my mind. Like,
He's a go-getter, Matt.
oh my God, there's so many things.
Who was somebody? I think maybe Donna was saying he's a robot. She's like, no 80-year-old man is gonna do all this shit. They're just not. Blah. I think go home, take a load off.
Well,
I think he's on Adderall. I think he's on Adderall. Have you seen pictures of him and it's like got some pink stuff kind of flying out of his nostril there?
well, I don't think he's on Adderall, and the pink stuff flying out of his nose could be some sort of smelling salts, but I don't think he's on Adderall. If he was on Adderall, he'd be skinnier, and he'd be more fidgety. He's not very fidgety. Speaking of somebody
he's not
who,
fidgety at all, and I'm fidgety.
Yeah,
I'm not on Adderall, but I imagine if I took Adderall, I'd be a fucking lunatic.
There's some things, and yeah, like there's some signs and symptoms there.
Maybe I'm the only man who can take Adderall and not get fidgety.
You know what though? If he was on Ozempic, wouldn't that be weird? Like a real skinny Trump?
Oh God, I don't think I could take him serious.
A skinny Trump would be weird. He'd lose his power.
He'd lose his power.
He's like a superhero that can't fly anymore.
It's like Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill lost his his comedic ability.
Yeah, Trump on a
I can
my GOP.
skinny Trump.
Skinny Trump doesn't even make
I
sense.
think he gets impeached immediately.
But god damn, that Melania is a smoke show.
Like her hat.
I
like
love
that hat.
Now I'm not a young man, I get, but I do have an affinity for a nice looking older woman, right?
How old is Melania? She's 50s, right?
That's the weird part is she's technically in my peer group, but I don't see her that way. I see myself as like an 18-year-old guy who's like, this Melania is so hot. If I could hook up with an older chick like that, that'd be so awesome. But meanwhile, like, I'm an older dude and she's the older chick. It's just my brain doesn't operate like that.
You're too old for her.
I think she's 54.
54.
Not to say that I looked it up or anything.
What is he, 20?
Not to say that I did Google images of all her modeling and bikini photos.
Doesn't she have nudes on the internet?
You know, that's what I had actually Googled.
Are they fake or does she have them? I mean, because she was a model, and you know.
It's a weird thing that happened. I Googled the same thing. I said, Melania Trump nude. And Google came up with a thing. They go, it says like blur off on. Mm-hmm. And it was on blur. I'm like, first of all, why does my phone have my setting on blur? That doesn't make any sense for me, but fine. Yeah. Off and enter. And I saw some cleavage shots, very smoky, steamy shots, but I didn't see, I take it back. I did see nudes, but I don't know if they're real.
Now,
you know what I mean?
I think now you can forget about anything being real.
But it was an old school nude. It was like a black and white, classily done, that whole thing. But even then, I'm going, well, it's black and white. It might be real. But I'm sitting there going, I really don't know if that's real or not.
Grok, give me a black and white of Melania in the nude.
Now, I took it as real in my heart of hearts. I was like, I'll go with it. We'll chalk that up to being real.
So
you think she's hot?
You know, she's a very attractive woman, especially for her age.
Okay, so we're in agreement there.
I mean, for 50, I think that's what it was all about. You know, Trump was like, you know, I don't care what you spend. I want you to get a top-notch designer this.
Sure.
And
well, everybody wants to design.
No, but I mean, I want you to look the best any first. Because I want you to look the best any first ladies ever. You know, because he's got that. He's got a trophy wife. So.
Well, initially I thought the same thing, and I'm going, all right. So she looks like she's got a Michael Jackson hat on, or she's got the hat from V for Vendetta, and all these different things ran through my mind, right? But then I saw her walking down the stairs, and I go, you know what? Toots has still got skinny ankles. She had nice stems and nice arms, and I was like, she's put together. It's not
she's got those Slavic genes.
That sounds like an insult, even though it's not. What are you in your Slavic genes? No, I mean, she's an attractive.
I mean, look at this face right here. It's like this says, "I will kill you."
It's very.
I will kill you.
Very demanding looking. But I mean, like, I don't.
Every time you look at Trump, that's a look she makes.
You know what though? I haven't met a guy. Not that I've talked to a ton of people about this, but I haven't met or even a woman who's like, you know what? Yeah, she's not attractive. Like, she seems very attractive to all people. I think she's universally attractive.
Quite high praise. Universally attractive.
Everybody in the world thinks she's hot, right? Now,
I mean, excuse me. I mean, unfortunately, the bar is low. If you've seen the French Prime Minister's wife, who everybody says is a man.
Oh, that dude, that dude.
And I think people have a lot of credibility because that guy, that girl, his wife,
Macron,
very, very suspicious. Very suspicious.
That is one of the greatest conspiracies going. If you are into conspiracies and you haven't dug into that one yet, dude, follow Candace Owens. Get familiar and just sit back and relax. Just eat some popcorn. Whether you buy into it or not, I don't even care. But it's a damn good one. One that I personally was going, I mean, does look like her brother. Does look like the dude. Like, it's a tough one to shy away from.
Yeah, Candace Owens, I wish she'd slow down a little. Just a little.
She staked her reputation on this one.
She doesn't take a breath. She's like, bada, 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 bada. I mean, she's...
Now, the Adderall might have consumed Candace. I don't know.
I think she's just one of those people. I think she's just like,
Just a firecracker?
yeah, firecracker. I'm trying to think of whose show she used to be on. Maybe it was Tucker's. And I used to watch Tucker a lot. You know, I was very familiar with Tucker. I
Sure.
always enjoyed his style. And when she'd come on, we'd forward out because she'd get going, and we're like, oh, no, I can't take it anymore. So she's on point usually. Though. She's usually on.
It's
on point.
interesting.
She's
Okay.
taking a very anti-Israeli stance. Or she just paid opposition. They got to have the one gal out there saying this. I don't know.
I gotta figure out. I don't know who she's dating or married to, but that guy's really the true hero of any situation that she finds herself in, because I wonder if she's changed at the house. You know, people, they got their work personality and their home, all the different stuff. I wonder if she's completely different at home, where she just relaxes with a nice glass of Chardonnay, and she's like, I don't want to talk about Macron's wife tonight.
I think she talks.
I've rambled
I
on
think she talks at home.
for 9 hours about Macron's wife. I don't want to do it anymore. I wonder if he's like, all right, let's just relax.
Yeah, and then she starts talking about the begonias.
What's the begonias? What's that?
That's a flower. It's a plant.
Oh, okay. But I didn't know this was your begonia conspiracy I don't know about.
That's a dated reference. Nobody uses begonias anymore.
I've heard of begonias as a flower, but I didn't know what the
I think it's
reference
a bush,
is.
possibly.
Okay, yeah.
Bush, generally used in landscaping, and I don't know why.
I used to have begonias. It must be an old reference.
I don't even know why it's a reference.
The oldest reference I've ever heard you use in all my years of knowing you was, it's a mess. It's a chocolatey mess. And it always stuck with me because I didn't know what it meant, but I knew it had some sort of symbolism to some sort of like old school thing. And I don't know if I asked you or what. The cards are.
These cards are marked.
These cards are marked. It's a mess.
They're a mess. A chocolate
mess.
Line for line from a Reese's peanut butter commercial, I think, or is it M&M's? I can't remember now.
I don't know, but whatever
It was
that
a candy,
line was,
it was a candy commercial.
that's by far, I think, the oldest dated reference that I can come up with off the top of my head. These cards are marked.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite deals. The Ned Wild card. I gotta get that.
It's you should have it.
Lock it in
somewhere.
Lock it in. It starts.
All right. So hold on. All right. So let me go back to the sex pot thing, right? Because this is a weird one, and not everybody's. And not the chat will get themselves involved with us this early in the program.
They've been boycotting us for 6 weeks. I'll have you know.
I would love if chat actually did put their feelings in on this, because I don't know where this one. I don't know where this goes, right? I don't know what this one looks like. It's a weird one. The Lauren Sanchez, Bezos's fiance, whatever, right? And did you see the picture of Zuck staring at her breasts? And
I thought that was AI, but
no. He gave a peek. He did give a peek. But on top of that, she was wearing that Sue Ellen Mishke-esque Seinfeld bra. I mean, she was I personally think she is sexy. Like, she is built for speed. Like again, older woman wise, I look at that and I go, yeah. And I get she's got probably some work done. Well, I'd say probably. I mean, I'd love to be her plastic surgeon. But I'm saying, but I think she's good looking. I think she is sexy. But other people will go, no.
yeah, I think she's grotesque.
See, and that's the thing. Like, we can agree on Melania.
She's like,
But for some reason, the line gets drawn to Lauren Sanchez, where it's just all of a sudden you say grotesque, and I'm like, no. I think it's sexy. I don't know why.
any guy that looks like they got so much work done is just, for me, it's like,
Body wise, take the face out of it. Let's be complete chauvinists and let's take the face out of it.
It's just a regular in shape woman.
I
don't think she's
no. It's not a regular in shape woman.
I've never looked at her and thought she was anything special. I mean, she's in shape for her age, but I'm just not. I'm like, boy, that Bezos, what a lucky guy. I'm like, no. Why don't you just get a woman who doesn't have plastic surgery?
I think because that's what he's going for. Like he doesn't mind that. Like
Why? But that looks terrible.
I don't think it's fitting for a man of his. It's fitting. It works. I don't know why it works. It just does because it's like, okay, you're one of the richest guys in the world. You got that. That thing just keeps on getting work done to her face and trying to keep up, whatever it is. I don't know. I think she's hot. So you think she's grotesque?
Yeah, I was like, I mean, she just looks like a standard woman who's had too much work done. Not work done, but too much work.
And I
with the lips and the pulledness and the cheekbones.
What she called with the lips and the lips
and the pulled
cheekbones and the things and the book and the cheek filler and the things. I don't know. I like if I were to pick between her and Melania, I would go Melania. But I can tell you, it'd be a tough one. It would honestly be a tough one.
About the same age.
Not that I have a shot in hell at either one. I'm sitting there. I'm like, well, I mean, if age-wise, I think they're about the same.
I think Triple Edge. I think that's Triple Edge Sword. Subscribing. I gotta get the different glasses on. They got it shaded out. 54 months.
Nice.
I don't have the thing up. HD shown. 27 months. Hold it now. Resub. Hogue 670. 57 months. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Like, I know Donna would probably say that Lauren Sanchez she'd probably have the same thoughts and feelings that you do as far as like her
as far as women who have work, she's probably right on my script.
But does she find Melania? Is she a hater on Melania, or does it go back to she's just universally attractive and you know?
Have to get her opinion.
Donna, damn it,
she might not be in there.
Oh.
I don't know what she's doing. She might be gone.
She's Googling.
She's gonna leave me one day during the hang. She got 2 hours. She got a 2-hour head start.
I think that's how my parents split up. I think my dad. I think my dad just packed his stuff and left. I think he was just
left.
I think I can't. I don't know. I was pretty young. Don't unzip me. I'm not sure.
A lot, saves a lot of arguing.
I don't even know
how hassle.
I don't know if there was a note left. I don't really know what happened there. Yeah. I guess she does have a nice time window to just pack up and we wouldn't
at
know.
any time. we wouldn't notice at all.
You wouldn't know if you were on the couch. You'd be like, Donna, what are you doing?
She would say goodbye and chat, and we wouldn't see it. The entire chat's going, guys, read the chat. Donna's halfway to Mexico.
So true. So what did you think of this inauguration? Any takeaways?
Honestly, I watched the highlights.
We forgot to go to chat, but that's okay.
The highlights on the nightly news, and I didn't watch any of the inauguration.
Really?
It was MLK. We did a show, and then we had some relaxing to do. The grandkids were here for a while. And didn't even pay attention to it.
Man, I thought for sure
the way to
you'd
go,
be.
Man.
It is the way to go, but I thought for sure you'd be all in on this thing.
Nah, I'm not. I mean, because nothing was going to happen. I knew there was nothing bad going to happen because that's too obvious. They don't usually attack high security events. That's like.
Is that what you would have been tuning in for? Is like.
Yeah, that's
like that's exactly. Terrible. Like no.
I'm kind of a disaster porn kind of guy.
I mean, there was a thought in my back of my mind of going, well, I mean, surely if there's a day like this would be like like one of those times where you'd think a terrorist organization would go, oh, okay. Yeah.
I would think that the way you could do things with drones nowadays, that I don't even understand why that's not happening. Because I'm sure you've seen I haven't seen drone races for 10 years, but 10 years ago when I was watching drone racing.
They're crazy.
They're going through a stadium, in the tunnels, and then in the...
And those are just regular... are just regular jobbers with drones.
And it's 20 guys racing. They're not running into each other. You're talking precision.
Yeah, and those are drones from like Hobby Town. They're not even like the good ones.
So what does every country's Secret Service have drone-wise? And why aren't they using it? Because
I don't know. I kind of appreciate the fact that like
they're
Israel went old school and like planted bombs in everybody's beepers. Like that's kind of
creative.
That's
It's creative.
you know, that was unexpected. Like there's some,
Well, and it was-
maybe
and it was-
there's that movie they just like to like do throwbacks. Like, oh, let's just go old school for a minute.
It was really elaborate. They had to set up like a company that made beepers.
They
had
had
to
to-
manufacture a.
No, I thought they knew what company it was, intercepted the shipment, inserted them, and then continued the shipment to move forward, and then sat on it for like months. I could be incorrect.
I could be incorrect as well.
I mean, nobody will
This
know.
is all
that-
internet bullshit.
Well, they're never wrong.
Neither one of these stories is right. Actually, they never even had the exploding beepers. That's a farce.
Beepers.
A farce. Exploding beepers.
Yeah, and then they did the exploding cell. Well, they did the exploding cell phones before the beepers because they're like, oh, okay.
They were wise to the cell phones.
Yeah, can't do that again. No cell phones. Just use your beepers. And then like, all right, yeah, we knew this was coming.
That's what you get for having beepers.
Dude, beepers. Oh my
We're
God.
talking about beepers and exploding terrorists for.
I don't know. It just happens.
This happened.
What do you think of Fetterman? Was it rude of Fetterman to wear a hoodie and was it rude of Fetterman to dress like me to the inauguration?
Okay. As soon as I saw, I don't know. I'm from a different generation, Matt, and I'm not huge on tradition and
Sure.
everything. I'm just moderate on tradition, but put on a pair of pants and a long sleeve shirt. That's it. You don't have to go the extra mile. Just look like it's like he's intentionally doing it.
I got to
Just
tell you,
intentionally doing it.
as you know, I come from a different generation than you. And I'm also not one for traditions per se. But I have the exact same thoughts and feelings that you do. Like, we get it, dude. You like hoodies and short. We get it. That's your move. It's your thing. I get it. Fine.
We get it.
We get it.
we
You
get
didn't
it.
but you didn't have to like
It's
we get it.
Too much. It was too much. It was one over the line.
Yeah,
It's like we've been tolerating you, Fetterman, for all this time. We're like, well, yeah. Now
Yeah.
we're like, come on.
yes, like enough already. Like maybe throw everybody off by one day dressing up a little bit, and then you'd make more of a fuss
Oh my
of
God.
going, oh my God, Fetterman actually put on a tie.
If Fetterman had showed up in a tuxedo, he would have superseded Donald Trump in all the headlines.
It would have
It would have
been
been Fetterman City.
yeah. Instead, Fetterman shows up looking like a
Fetterman.
like a degenerate basketball player at a city park, and then it's just like I don't know. I find it rude.
I mean, that stuff is somewhat insignificant. Traditions and you have to dress this way. But also, I think there's certain things that keep society together by certain things you have to do. It
Just a little glue.
It's just better when everybody takes the time and looks nice for an important occasion.
It's not super glue that keeps a society. Even
It's a
just a
little
little
thing.
Elmer's, just a little Elmer's glue. It's not
you-
too much to ask.
Hey, the kids wear pajamas to school now.
Yep.
Like almost exclusively. It's about a 50% deal. And it's like, I don't know if they're taking the school so seriously in their pajamas.
They are not. They definitely are not. You can't have them relaxed in the same gear that they're relaxed to go to bed in, and expect the
Exactly.
same level of attention and focus, and it just doesn't work like that. You have to have a change in like
Yes.
along with a change of clothes comes a change in mentality.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just an operating procedure that your brain goes through. Like it just is what it is. But Fetterman, like, I mean, I don't want to. God forbid he. Again, not one for dressing up and all that stuff. Not a fan, but I don't want a president. God forbid, in the future that just makes every speech in basketball shorts and a sweat. And God forbid, maybe somewhere down the line he's on the list of succession for whatever.
President Fetterman.
Who knows? Maybe this designated survivor at some point in time. Who the hell knows?
Could happen.
But I don't want that being. I don't want that running the country. Not for anything. Just from a looks perspective. Just optics.
It shows bad judgment. It shows that, or it shows just, if you can't even take the effort to ever put on a pair of pants and a collared shirt, well, what kind of work ethic do you have, buddy?
Well, that and and shame on his wife. his wife should. That's the point in time where your wife is supposed to step up and go, "Hey, John, I know you like this, dude. I get it. I love you for everything that you are, and today might not be the day. Today you should probably elevate your look a little bit, just based off of what's happening." And
I think the wife needs to go, "You're not leaving the house in
yes,
that."
That's what the wife is for. At some point in time, the significant other in the relationship is there to go, this is not a good idea. You don't do that. No. Like that's
You don't want your spouse to look stupid.
no, that's the role. What would be equivalent of a woman going and looking like that in his role? What would that look like? Her curlers and
Curlers.
what are we in the early 1900s? Maybe that's not not fair. I don't know whether it was curlers anymore.
Like a half shirt.
Little crop top.
Crop top. Maybe some Daisy Dukes.
So Lauren Sanchez.
It's not appropriate.
I don't know.
Not appropriate.
Yeah, the Fetterman thing, I always thought that was kind of unacceptable, just from a purely just American like value. Like I don't know, I can't explain it.
Just makes. I mean, I just.
You just kind of look like a dick. Maybe just look like a dick.
It was just like you roll your eyes. You're like, what? Come on.
Okay,
Who
Fetterman.
does that?
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, we get it. I'm telling you, Fetterman in a tux would people would have been going, cleans up nice.
Yeah,
They
would have been a meme.
Would have put him over.
I did realize of my key takeaway, I think, from it all is I realized that we have too many military bands. There's way too military band members, and I'm sitting here going, okay, Doge, if we're talking about government and efficiency, why do we have like 9,000 people playing flutes, dressing up like George Washington for this color? Like it seemed like an extravagant number of band members, and they were all at different ceremonies and different inaugurations and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what their deal is. I don't know if they do other things and the military band is just kind of like the side gig. Maybe that's what they do for fun. I don't know. But there's a lot of damn band members.
It says, today the 5 branches of the United States Armed Forces maintain nearly 150 military bands.
So you're talking, how many are in a band? Like there's like 150 in a band.
Lots, including active duty units, part-time reserve and National Guard bands.
Hold on.
Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, hold on.
Okay. Oh, I got to go when you got to go ahead.
The Space Force has a band? This is what you're telling the Space Force?
Of course they do. They wear astronaut suits.
What are the Space Force?
They're dressed like the Star Wars guys in that bar scene.
I love the Space Force, but you can't have the Space Force and then have old school instruments like you get like
techno.
Yeah, like you should have Tiesto up there playing Deadmau5 or something like that. Like
drop the bass.
Yeah, something modern. Space Force playing flutes. Come on, what do you got?
With an annual with annual spending in excess of $300 million.
Doge.
$300 million. That's a lot of fucking money
for some flute players and like. Dude, you're telling me we can't find better uses for the military members that signed up and then they're just playing flutes and trumpets?
I mean, that's a pretty good gig. If I was going to go in the Army, I'd like to be a flute player.
Totally. Just like if I was going to be a cop. Well, you're going to, for a desk job, son. You're goddamn right I am, sir.
Take away my gun? All right.
Oh, my badge? It's right here. Here you go. Gun? Yeah, sure. Here it is. Yeah.
I agree.
So wait, we get paid the same, right? Whether I'm behind the desk or on the front line? That's right, but it's honor. All right, well, honor my badge, and here's my gun. It's just the way I am.
What you first want to do is you want to go in the field.
Cut off your toe?
And you want to, you want to shoot somebody. And because then you get to put on paid leave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
but that can go bad because if you shoot somebody, next thing you know, you're charged and you're going, well.
Yeah, nowadays ain't what it used to be. Yeah.
God damn it, what happened to the good old days where cops could just shoot people?
I mean, what is it? If you get, I think they put you on paid administrative leave.
Yep.
As a cop. You're not an administrator. What do? They tell you, staple these papers together. Your job, you're a cop. What do you know about being doing office paperwork. I don't know.
And not every cop wants to kill people. I think that's a common misconception. I
don't think they want to kill
they're
people
like,
at all.
he wanted to do it. It's like, I don't know a lot of. There are some psychos in every day of life.
Yeah, I think there's very few cops that want to kill
Yeah, I don't
people.
think there's cops that are like, oh, today's my day. Like,
I mean, there's cops, I'm sure, that want to bully people.
for sure. Yeah.
Maybe cops that want to get a couple of these in on them.
Noogies? Couple noogies?
Give them the business.
A couple predator noogies?
A couple noogies. But most of them, aren't going to mess with you or try to kill you or beat you up. If you act like a normal person. If a cop pulls me over, I'm just like, what you need, sir? Here's my hands, and what do you need? I'm not going to give him any shit unless it was something
I'm torn on that one.
that I didn't do.
Yeah, exactly. I'm torn on that one. I've seen them operate, so it's a little disheartening.
Yeah.
There was a Warren Sapp situation that Randy Harris, who worked at the Radio Iowa, he does knockout radio, great guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he had a video that he posted of Warren Sapp getting arrested or detained. I don't know if Sapp
Recently
recently,
Oh,
like,
jeez.
and I don't even know. I didn't even look up if it's made like a lot of headlines or something like that. But Warren Sapp, who's notoriously known as kind of a stubborn, should we say, maybe a little hard-headed, stubborn.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was like in a gas station parking lot. Somebody else is getting a ticket or something like that. And the cop was like, well, you were doing double the speed. And Sapp piped up and basically was like, well, it wasn't double the speed. She's like, well, like he was pointing out like the inaccuracy. He's like, well, if you're going to say double the speed, it would mean double. If it was going 60, he'd be going 120. That's not double. So Sapp is kind of just like
Being Sapp.
And then one of the other cops is like, do you want to go to jail today? He's like, jail for what? Then he started the whole First Amendment thing, freedom of speech thing. Next thing you know, he's in cuffs and he's being detained. And I think Randy's perspective on it was, at least in his post, was something to the effect of, well, now he's got a $20 million lawsuit. And that very well may be true.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there going, okay, did Sapp do anything wrong? I don't necessarily think he did anything wrong, but I also don't necessarily think that you need to interject yourself into all these different situations. Like sometimes just, I don't know, it didn't have anything to do. You just get in the car and go. Like, what's it got to do with you? Even, like.
He wasn't even involved.
I don't know. I don't know. Did you know more than I do?
No, I thought he was pulled over.
No, I think it was somebody else that was pulled over. He was just sticking up for the guy or something.
Okay, I didn't even know. Yeah.
But, there are those videos of these people that interject themselves into situations, and it's like, why would you, like, sometimes just don't get involved. Like, why get involved? And I get there's the argument of going, well, if you're not going to get involved, who's going to?
Yeah, I'm not.
Better, more qualified people than you and I. That's who's supposed to get involved.
Getting involved in a situation like that.
No, as soon as the cop goes, do you want to go to jail today? I go, nope. See you later. Take it easy.
Sir, I need you to step back. Okay.
That's what he did. He was like, he was doing like a sir, and he's like, why do I need to step back? It's like one of those things. It was classic Warren Sapp. And again, not that there's anything, I don't think he did anything wrong, but damn, dude, like at some point, why does everybody have to be so goddamn standoffish with one another? Why does everybody want to get in a standoff?
And I don't understand that we do a lot of a Karen a week on the show. We review the Karens, and it's usually
You're going to do the Sapp video this week.
It's with cops, and male and female Karens. And it seems that there's tons of videos out there. Everybody knows their rights, but they don't. But they think they do.
Correct.
And they're like, "You don't touch me. You can't do that. Don't do that. Don't. I need a supervisor right now. I need this." And it's like, just pay the ticket and be about your.
Sapp did that whole. Sapp did that thing. Like I think he's holding his phone filming, and he's like, "Name a badge number. Name a badge number." That whole thing.
Badge number.
That old gag. And I'm going,
take me to the hospital.
Yeah.
All that shit.
All this stuff. And even to the point where I watched on my algorithm for a while, like YouTube videos, it was like, if the cops pull you over, here's what you do. And it had this guy getting pulled over, and he barely pulled down his window, like rolled down his window, and like,
oh yeah.
And it said like 3 brilliant, smart ass statements, and the cop was like, all right, you can go. And I was like, wow, that was amazing. That guy's sweet. I will never remember those 3 sentences that guy
No.
said, nor will I ever have the sack to say them out loud. Because if it goes
No
bad,
sack.
it's going to go real bad.
If you said that, or if I said that to the cop, they'd be pulling us out of the car and trumping up some charges. So I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm
just not doing it.
I'm just not trying to get fired up about situations.
A few years ago, I was delivering flowers, and I couldn't find the address. So I went by it once, backed up, went the other way, everybody went backed up, and then I realized I was on the wrong street. So I went on, I left, then then a cop pulls in. I mean, pulls behind me. He pulls me over, and so I pull in his church parking lot, and I'm like, "Yes, sir. What's going on?" He's like, "I don't know. It just seemed like you were kind of suspicious. They're backing up in those driveways." So I was like, "Oh, I'm delivering flowers." I was blah blah blah. So I explained myself, and then he let me, I went on my way. It's like I could have gone. You have no right to pull me over.
Yes.
I didn't do anything. Why be an asshole?
Name your badge number. Name your badge
Oh,
number.
my
I want it
God.
now. I want to see a supervisor. Is there a supervisor here? I want to see a supervisor. Like, Jesus, dude.
I guess I could have done that.
I think,
And you know what? I do want cops. I'm not a huge fan of cops. I think that most of them are fine. I'm glad we have cops. I don't want to be a cop. And if somebody's pulling into a bunch of driveways and not acting weird in my neighborhood, I'm fine with the cop going, "Hey, what you doing?"
does seem a little
Jesus
suspicious.
Christ.
Sure. Yeah. It does seem a little, but at the same time, I would be like, God damn it. All I'm trying to do is find this house and deliver flowers. And now I got this guy pulling me over. What the hell? And that would be frustrating, especially it'd be frustrating if the cop, like, if he wasn't a cool cop, like clearly.
Yeah, I would have been a different thing if he wasn't.
That's
I would have
where
been going,
the-
I got the flowers right back here. Here's the address I'm looking for, a-hole. Let me go.
And he would go, "Yep, likely store. I need you to step out." And then he get you on some ticky tack. Your tint line, your AS1 line, it's a little low, which means legal tint. So,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, it's like search your
I've
vehicle.
never-
They find a bud on you. Now they've got marijuana. Like all of a sudden, it just becomes it can escalate
I've
into a thing.
never had a bad interaction. I've probably gotten 6, maybe, tickets or pulled over for various reasons in my life. And I never really had a bad interaction.
Well, God bless you.
Just,
A lot of people have. A lot of people have.
I mean, it's just like I said, there's bad plumbers.
Yeah.
There's bad cops. Every
The plumbers can't arrest you and take you to jail, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a bad cop,
They can bend you over on a bill and go,
sucks.
you got to pay $500. And I told you it was going to be $300, but now it's $500. But a cop, I mean, it's a lot of authority.
What you gonna do? You want to be a cop? Nope, I don't want to be a cop.
I will be the receptionist.
I'd be the
Same pay? What are we talking about?
spokesperson. You ever seen the spokesperson?
Oh,
That's a gig. You just get out there and tell you what the chief tells
They're
you.
usually fired news reporters.
They're always.
Yeah, the public relations officers or whatever.
Or do they go? Do they pluck them away and that's a good gig? I don't know. Or
I
they
don't-
just fired, looking for any gig they can get.
There was this fat fuck who did a story about me back in the day, and I was like, huh. This guy has no idea what he's talking about, but he was just kissing the cuck's ass and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then a short time later, he was fired from the TV station or whatever. And I think he became
Spokesperson.
for a fire department. And next thing you know, he's on my screen again, but in a different capacity, going, not this fat fuck again. I gotta see, like, ew. Like, you almost can't, if you can't get a minute and a half story right on the news using factual information, how the fuck can I trust you being a spokesperson for any sort of tragedies or accident? Like, I can't trust you. You know what I mean? Like it goes back to that thing.
I think it must be a shitty job too, because
I think they get paid pretty good though.
But seems to be a lot of turnover. People are going, oh, she used to be on Channel 8, and then a year later they'll write, oh, she used to be on Channel 13. It's the same position.
Or does the jobs at the TV station as an anchor suck so bad they're going, God, I gotta get out of this. Just let me show up to a fire at 2 a.m. and make a statement. This is how bad I want out of this gig. Let me just, okay, fine. 3 people got murdered in this house. I'll be there in 30 minutes. I'll tell everybody, yes, there was an accident. We're figuring out what happened. We'll let you know.
I want to see the behind the scenes of the news. I bet there's a lot of drama going on. I bet there's a real cutthroat, a real dirty game.
Yeah, right.
To do a reality show.
I wonder if the weather. To me, it would feel like the weathermen are particularly jockeying for position.
Jockeying for position.
Like sports is out.
It's cutthroat. It's cutthroat.
Like now they've got like on Sundays, if you notice local news, like the sports is done by the weather person. Like on the Sunday 6 o'clock news or 11 o'clock, the off peak hours, they're like, and here's your minute in sports. And the weather guy or whatever will just do a minute in sports. And it's like, whoa. So, the sports guys.
Downsizing. They're downsizing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the weather guys, they're all trying to find their own niche, whether it's suspenders or bow ties or wigs or terrible haircuts, whatever it is that they have to do to try to like stand out.
You got to stand out.
And then you can't compete with the Latina weather girl because, they all look like Lauren Sanchez.
They don't care about the weather. You're not turning in there for the weather. If you get that gig as a meteorologist and you're successful and well liked, you can have that gig for like 40 years.
You're lifed in.
You're hogging it up for like Paul Delgado.
Oh, not an attractive man by any stretch, but I'll tell you what, like. No big boobed Latina chick is going to replace him because he's got a connection he's been able to form a connection over time. Now, when he retires, I don't know what they do at that point, right?
Yeah.
But for now, you're right. A guy like meteorologist.
See, and I exclusively watch Paul Delgado because
you're in love with Paul Delgado.
I'm a total mark. He's a great weatherman.
He looks like a mortician, but he is a great weatherman.
Yeah, he doesn't really have the physical deal. He's not too attractive, but he makes the weather interesting. throws in a little it factor there. And then there's some guys you're just like, yeah, shut the fuck up. You stupid weatherman.
Yeah, some guys they won't grab you, and then they're not here. Like
Paul Delgado.
They're back to Market 266 in Paducah.
And then the sports guys still, it's kind of the same thing. If you're really good sports, I don't know if we have those in Tampa anymore. Do you remember Chris Thomas?
Of course, Chris
Thomas was
on
on Channel
great.
8, and he was. I used to board op for him. Just naturally, engaging and funny and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that gig for years and years. And who's the sports guys now? I can't really tell anybody that's got the it factor anymore.
One of the things I remember about Chris Thomas was he had. I don't know if he actually won the lotto on the air or pretended to win the lotto or thought he won the lotto, whatever it was. It was a clip, and it's him, and he's like, they go to him. He's like, I think those are my numbers. Like, this is on air, and he was really stoked about it. And I was like, how rad would that be to find out you win the lotto? Like, as you're on air, like what? Like your natural reaction takes over, and you're going, whoa, this is crazy.
Flipping everybody on.
And then years later, when we were on the Cuck show, and we went to I was checking my lotto tickets while he was talking about dirt racing or whatever it was, and I had thought I won the lotto. I'm going, this is crazy. Like, and it brought me back to the Chris Thomas moment. I went, this would be so cool if I was able to like say I won the lotto on the air, And I remember I called up my wife and I'm like, hey, I think I won that. Can you help me check this? Like, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, you might have won something. So anyways, we get back on air. I'm sure you remember. And I was like, I think I won something here. And I ended up getting 5 of 6 numbers, not, all the difference between 19,000 and 12 million that day.
Yep.
But it was still pretty sweet, Like I was like, oh, that's pretty cool to, announce that on air.
If you, it's a little bit of a letdown. You're like,
huge letdown.
12 million.
Huge.
Down to 19,000.
Everything would be different.
Cool. I mean, that's a lot of money to win. I've never won that much money.
It was
I ain't never won dick.
Again, Mike, it was a fine amount of money to win, but not compared to 12 million.
No.
And the discrepancy between 5 numbers and 6 numbers is so great that it was very it was somewhat disappointing, honestly.
That's a kind of a microcosm of the average American. They're like, we want all the money, and fuck them blowers, but I want, make the big prize. See, it's all about that big prize. And they don't give a shit about second place.
Well, the second place, it did
They
kind
don't
of.
give a shit because people don't buy the ticket for second place.
No, they do not.
They buy for that big money.
No, you're right. I wasn't playing it and going, if only I could get 5 of 6 numbers, everything would be different.
I'll take 5 or 6 right now.
I mean, they take those taxes out right there, boy. Right there on the spot.
Raped. Just getting raped.
I think it was like $15,000 after tax or something like that.
To irk you. See, because you're used to your income tax coming out of your check. You don't really even hardly look at it anymore.
Yeah, but when they take it off the top at the lotto
lump
office,
sum, man, lump sum.
yeah,
It's in the thousands.
Like
Uncle Sam.
I mean, if we're talking about executive orders, can he somehow? I don't know if this is a thing, but can he? I don't think any American in their right mind would be mad about an order of going, if you win the jackpot, you win the full jackpot. I don't know anybody who would be anti that. Like, and if you are anti that, you're a goddamn un-American. You know what I mean? Like how great, like if that's the jackpot, that's the jackpot. That should be the rule across the board.
You think the government's going to do that?
I don't know who would be in charge of
because
doing
the government's get money. They're getting the money.
But what a rib, right? Like that to me is like that. Even if we're talking about excluding things, I'm not mad. If that Powerball winner wins $2 billion, I want him to win $2 billion. I know it's a lot of money, and God bless him. And but he still got $1.2 billion. I want him to get all $2 billion
because you want all $2 billion when you win, right?
No, I
do.
Yes, of course, but I want him to be able to have that experience.
Fair is fair.
Yes.
You buy a lot.
I just won $2 billion.
You buy a raffle ticket, at the county fair. You don't expect Uncle Sam to be taking. You want the whole thing. You want the whole prize. I want the whole $25.
Any of that stuff. Honestly, I think if Trump were somehow to be able to make that happen, that would have been a nice cherry on top.
He's very good at doing stupid little things like that too.
The Gulf of
and
America.
You know what? I think everybody should get. The full prize.
But it's something that I think 99% of Americans, you'd probably have that one left-leaning going, well, how are we going to fund government projects? Like you'd have a certain amount of that, but for the most part,
nobody's going to take that anti-position because everybody's going to go, fuck you,
right?
I want all the money.
Yeah, man.
He's good at stuff like that. Like the what was he doing? Driving the McDonald's, driving the fire truck or something? What was he?
Oh yeah, with the fire truck. Yeah.
Why was he driving the fire truck?
Because that's what he does. He likes to go around and be the common man. Eat Big Macs and drive fire trucks like a boss.
And then he tried to open the fire truck and he slipped and missed the handle, and so they have to be replaying that. And it's like if that's all you got on the guy, you got to making yourself look stupid. Why don't you stick to other things? You're kind of making yourself look juvenile and stupid right now.
Oh, it's the whole Elon Musk with the
Nazi salute.
Which, come on, man. Now, when he did it, I was like, oh, man, he screwed up big time on that one.
I was too. I was like, wow, what the heck is that deal?
He just memed himself, and I sent it to my family. I was like, yo, look what he did. Bad move. But, I didn't for 1 second, if you have any idea of what the context was or anything like that, you can't take that serious. Like, he's a genius with Asperger's. Like, what do you want that,
well, it's some kind of deal that people do.
It's like I'm lending my heart out to you.
His heart out. He just did it
take it for
in
what
an
it is.
Asperger's kind of manner.
Yeah,
over the top.
Yeah, very over the top.
Very Germanic.
I get it.
Very authoritarian.
But I mean, very principled.
His mannerisms were fascist. The gesture wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you don't honestly think he's doing anything wrong.
And why would you do that? You think
it'd be a terrible move.
It's like, I'm so happy now we finally achieved success. I can't control my Nazism. No, that's not a thing. It's just stupid that people even say it. That's the kind of shit they love to jump on and keep people arguing about. It was a Nazi salute. No, it wasn't. It was a Roman salute with a throw in your heart kicker. So whatever.
And then AOC's coming out going, can you believe he did this for the presidential seal? Oh, come on. Just enough.
It's all fake.
Yeah.
Like she got elected. I mean, she kind of blows the lid off the whole thing. Some Hispanic bartender decides she's going to be a senator? And all of a sudden she's a senator. And she...
Well, I mean, Fetterman was like a social worker.
I don't believe Fetterman. Come on. Who's voting for that guy? The whole campaign, he was hard out. He was like, he had to communicate on a thing.
No, that was after. No, he was in office by the time
I don't think so. I think he was hard out the whole time.
By the time he was Stephen Hawking, he was already in there, I think.
He was hard.
Okay, let me view it.
And he was against Dr. fucking Oz. It's a double charade.
Well, I don't know how Dr. Oz lost. Like, that's not saying what
he looks like a fucking con man. I mean,
Yeah.
look, he's got one of those faces.
But I mean, it's not like a thing where you go, wow, Fetterman's great. It's like, how bad was Dr. Oz to lose to that guy? Like, you got to really be terrible.
How did Fetterman win a primary?
He's very relatable to the old people in his home state.
Psyop is what he is.
I'll give you a good one. This is the Government of Department Efficiency. A Department of Government Efficiency.
Please, Doge.
Doge, please. They posted something today, which I think is great. It's so good, and it stuck out in my mind so much. I'm going, this is pretty much this is a good one, right? Because they've been posting like these discrepancies of going, why'd we build $768 million place in Sudan for a embassy? Like, this seems unreasonable. Like, they're doing these little things, of showing everybody how unreasonable stuff is. This might be the best one. The penny costs over 3 cents to make and cost U.S. taxpayers over $179 million in fiscal year 2023. The Mint produced over 4.5 billion pennies in 2023, around 40% of the 11.4 billion coins for circulation produced. And it says penny or 3 cents for your thoughts. And I'm going, that's great.
Because I don't think that's going to be if they always say it's Donald Trump tomorrow, but there's no more pennies. We're not doing the penny. Then people would be going, yeah. I hate all these fucking pennies too.
I don't even think anybody likes any pennies anymore.
Nobody wants the pennies. We could save them up in a Zephyr Hills water jar that you're never going to go to the bank and.
But then the fact that it costs 3 cents to make something that costs a cent that's deflationary and getting less and less over time.
It's a win-win.
It's a weird. It's a total mind screw to wrap your head around.
Somebody's making money on the penny. Somebody's making
big penny.
Money. Big penny's making money because there's no reason for it. Nobody deals in pennies.
Is penny? Are they still made of copper? What was it?
I don't think they are. I think and they still cost 3 cents.
Imagine if it was made of copper or whatever the hell it was.
I mean, it's 2025. The penny is about as irrelevant as it gets. I mean, the nickels let's throw in the nickel too and the dime. Let's just go with a quarter system. We'll keep the quarter. That's it.
And then whatever pennies are circulating, let them circulate. And then eventually it'll fade itself out.
Come turn in your pennies. If you're really that hard on for pennies, turn them in and we'll give you whatever.
Or maybe we cut down on the amount of pennies that are printed because people aren't using pennies like they were 10 years ago. So maybe you just slowly churn down the rate of which they're produced.
Fucking cut it right now.
Or maybe you find out who's behind Big Penny and stop paying 3 cents for a penny.
Just chop it right now. Sign the executive order. No more penny. Fuck
no
the
more
penny.
pennies.
Fuck the penny. Fuck the penny. Right?
It just seems very like it's so.
That's the kind of stuff we need. You can
it's
say,
so us.
You can say so U.S.
It's so U.S. right?
To have the penny.
A penny that costs 3 cents. Like that's
so
the best
stupid.
part about
Yeah,
it.
It's so U.S.
And meanwhile, not anybody, because I'll still pick up a penny from time to time if I see it. I'm not too proud. I'll pick up a penny.
I'll pick up a nickel or a dime, but I won't pick up a penny, buddy.
I'll pick up a penny if it's heads up for good luck.
Yeah, Donna does that for good luck.
I mean, why not, right?
She's like, you got to pick up the penny. I'm like, I ain't picking up a penny.
Sometimes if I find a penny face down, I'll kick it until it goes heads up. Then I'll pick it up. Show everybody what's good for me.
Cheating the system, buddy. I think that.
Hey, good luck is good luck. However I get there.
You think the luck gods didn't see you kicking that penny?
That's the hope. That's the hope.
It's like the Jewish community that has put stuff all around the telephone poles of their neighborhood that makes it a certain deal that allows them to do all the stuff they're not supposed to do on the Sabbath.
I don't know anything about this.
I'm just saying
They actually do that?
charade. Yeah, it's like you can't cheat God. It's like God's not going down. Like God doesn't see. I see the telephone poles. That's like God doesn't see that.
Yeah, he's all seeing. He's all knowing.
He's
right?
like, stop it. You're not getting into heaven.
He got that accent, huh?
Hey, the God of Abraham, all that stuff.
Man, don't get me started on Scientology and religion. Oh my God.
What? There's got to be something up with Scientology. Like,
it must be awesome. That's the way I got. That's the only way I can kind of sort it out now. Is like it's got to be really awesome because people really, when they're into it, they are all in, dude. Like they're not wavering. Like rarely do you see people get out. Like sometimes you see somebody like, oh, I'm becoming a Jew. I'm marrying my wife. I'm becoming a Jew. Whatever it is, right? There's different situations. Scientology, they got you wrapped around. You're in. They're not. But I was watching the Scientology Network last night.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, they have their own channel that comes standard on every cable package in Spectrum, and that doesn't seem weird. It's not. And you can't get rid of it. You can't change it out for another channel. It's there, and you cannot get rid of it.
Because Scientology has buku dollars, and they pay Spectrum big money to be embedded in there. That's what. No, that's what it is. Isn't that crazy?
When I called to get my channel changed, like the packages changed, I asked the lady on the phone. I go, "Hey, not expecting you to know this, but just out of curiosity, do you know why channel whatever is the Scientology channel, and like why, and like how I can get rid of it?" And she giggled, and she was like, "I can't. I don't know, but I hear you." It was like that thing of going customer service, like, I wish I could talk some shit right now, young man.
Can't. But call's being recorded.
yeah. But last time I was watching it was a show called Meet a Scientologist, and there was nothing else on last night. Interesting. Someone, yeah, I'll meet a Scientologist. Sure. Production value stellar, plot good. He's a business owner. He owns Mr. Jim's Pizza. It's like a pizza franchise chain in 5 states, and he's killing it. And he seemed like a really likable, normal, nice guy. I'm going, man, Mr. Jim's Pizza. But then I go, hey, I told my wife, I go, let's say you go to Mr. Jim's Pizza and you don't know he's a Scientologist, but then you get in there and you find out he's a Scientologist. Do you order pizza from there or no? And she was like, to go, I would. I wouldn't go in there anymore. And I go, why? She goes, I don't want to hear them talk, like that whole thing, right? And I go, do you have a friend? I said, out of your friends, which one would be most apt or most likely to become a Scientologist? She was like, that's a good question. And I go, and if they did, would you be friends with them anymore? She was like, I don't know. And like we were talking about like different neighbors that we know. I'm like, what if we found out like we'd hung out with them for a couple years and then all of a sudden one day we find out they're a Scientologist. Do we hang out with them anymore? And she's like, I don't think so. And I go, huh. And I can't wait to ask Mike this question tomorrow because what's your take on it? Would you?
Why do you stigmatize Scientology over something like Catholicism, which was responsible for way worse than Scientology has ever done?
Isn't that the weirdest part about it? I'm not saying it's right.
I mean, naturally, I think
there's a stigma on it.
Anybody who believes in Scientology's got something wrong with them.
they got a little stank on them for some reason. A little Scientology stank.
I don't really get it.
But like, okay, if you're kids, which one would be the most likely to get converted into a Scientologist? And if they did, would you be like, or would you accept it and go, all right, well, like do you have a kid in mind that pops off?
I think it'd be Weston. Because he goes with the flow. And if if the Scientology was the flow, he'd go with it. He'd go with it.
What would Trace do if Scientology?
No, Trace ain't believing nothing.
Okay.
He ain't doing nothing.
So Weston would be the one.
Yeah.
Now, what if Weston's in it, and then Christmas dinner, he comes over and he's like, "Yeah, really, really enjoying this. I'd like to share some information with you. Would you listen, or would you go, Weston? Not here.
I don't know. I might listen to see what.
Just for giggles?
Just to see what he was thinking. Why he's so enamored with this nonsense.
The Scientology commercials. There's one again. Great production.
They're everywhere. Yeah, they got everything.
It was amazing, and they were like showing all these happy people. I'm going. I mean, they're sucking me. If I was to watch this channel like for a long time, eventually you're going to sort of become a product of the environment kind of thing. And I'm going, this is great. Look at this. Look at this. And the voiceover guy's like, and if they don't know or like what Scientology is about, that's their problem. And I was like, he's not off on that. That is kind of their problem. Like, it's not a Scientologist problem. But it was great how he was like, that's their problem.
It's just a giant Ponzi scheme, isn't it?
But there again,
which every religion is.
That's what I mean. So, like,
they're just stealing your money in a different way.
I mean, it's a cooler way. I mean, if you look at the production value, at least, like I don't see any Catholic church commercials that are as sweet as the Scientology ads. Catholic is relying on history and these things being handed down over hundreds of years and all that, right? They're going on based off tradition. Scientology doesn't have their tradition yet, so they've got to go with like slick marketing,
glitz and glamour. Yeah,
yeah, of which.
Yeah, because they just made this
Mr.
shit up.
Jim's Pizza rocks.
This shit's 60 years old.
Yeah, I mean...
Nobody believes anything, any fake shit 60 years old. It's amazing what L. Ron Hubbard was able to do.
Maybe that guy is a real miracle worker.
A real fucking miracle worker. He made something up. The people could see him. He's like, yeah, I'm writing it right now.
I'm on it.
Yeah, Xenu.
They don't recognize that anymore, though.
Isn't that crazy? I'd be like,
the tenets of the religion. They just decided to just go, no, not that one.
This whole Jesus thing, we're gonna back off on that. No more Jesus. That would be no. You're proving that you're based on nothing.
I don't know how Hulk Hogan didn't get sucked into Scientology. I know they tried.
I can't believe it.
I know they tried, but I mean, him being from here, living in Clearwater, Scientology hub, him, being friends with Kirstie, all these different things, and he's dumb, so you'd really think like he would totally be a Scientologist.
Maybe.
Gonna drink beer.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Is he too dumb for Scientology? Did they not even approach him? Did they not give him the nod?
They wouldn't give him any money. Maybe. And he's like, brother. That's what he's... and maybe it's a stigma. He's getting a lot more with Christianity than he is with Scientology. And that's what he's doing right now is the fake Christian shit.
Yeah, well, he's been working that gimmick for a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
See him rip off his shirt on Jesse Water, or ripped off like a tuxedo and then a shirt and then another shirt underneath it that said Trumpomania. I was like, oh my God, this guy still?
Was he at the... I saw Kid Rock performing.
How was that?
I mean, he was just singing Kid Rock songs, and he sounded good. He sounded like Kid Rock. Okay. It was fine. I only listened to about 5 minutes of it, and they said something about Hulk Hogan coming up. I'm like, oh Jesus God, because it's horrible. It's like embarrassing. It's uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Why do you?
Insist on shoving this down the American people's throats.
They're booing him on WWE events. The average person doesn't want to hear Hulk Hogan and his tired old shtick.
It is so beat.
So bad.
So beat. Like everybody, there's a lot of wrestlers, a lot of famous, eventually they got to change their gimmick a little bit, adjust. That dude just didn't adjust at all.
Same old. And it's not good gimmicks.
Maybe tear the shirt from the bottom up. Even if it's as simple as a change of that, or just to throw people off pace,
tear the bandana.
Throw them off the trail. Maybe rip out your fake locks that you have in the back of your head. You just tear out your hair like you're an acid trip. Oh!
He doesn't have a good PR guy. It's probably Jimmy Hart. Now what? We can raise a flag. Sell your beer.
Hey, Hogan, rip out your fake hair tonight. No, that's not going to work for me, brother.
I think it would work. Just like Fetterman and the Tux. Maybe we can see. We need to start a bullshit business. We're big time consultants.
Oh, consultants. A good word.
And we're
Nice buzzword.
See, and we just got to figure it out how to market it. Oh wait, that's our main.
Yeah,
problem.
that
We
wouldn't
can't
be
market
a-
on it. Yeah, there's no marketing.
By the way, you can like and subscribe. Spread the word. ClusterFshow.com. Cluster F Show on YouTube. The Hang on Spotify. All these different platforms. It's everywhere. We're everywhere.
We're
We don't know where it is. It's so many places. We have no idea where it is.
yeah.
It's already been an hour.
We did Hype Man. It's been over an hour. I gotta find something to play here so we can get the hell out of Dodge.
You wouldn't happen to have.
It's a loaded question.
You wouldn't happen to have the Ned in your head song separated from Friday, would you? Not the one that I gave you, not the espresso parody.
Oh, which one?
The one immediately after that of the I would
500 Girls.
Oh my God, dude. I
Oh, I don't know if I got it.
I was crying. That was
I'm always topical.
Because you were doing this.
That's always topical.
you look like a lumberjack when you're
Because
like,
you were
I
doing this.
would bang 500. Like you
I gotta sell it for TikTok.
it was
For TikTok.
it was so good. I was crying, dude.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't capture any of them because I went back
Oh no.
and they're all like I'm all like this
That's okay.
on the camera.
But you still have it, right?
I have it. I can get it.
Okay, can you?
But not today.
Or maybe not today, but just send it to me just for my
Oh,
own,
absolutely,
my own
yeah.
giggles.
What have you know the girl with 1,000? It's like
Yes,
isn't it? It's like
Bonnie Blue. Not that I'm saying I would ever.
Can we just stop with that with 1,000 guys?
Set
And-
records.
And I'm very interested in the logistics.
Oh, dude, I think they get
mean,
like
I
5
think-
minutes each, right?
I thought it was 40 seconds each.
Oh, 40.
I'm pretty sure. You could do the math. 1,000 guys, 5,000 minutes is a long time. I think it was 40 seconds.
Now, this isn't a Guinness Book thing, is it? Because in that case, they'd have to have somebody from the Guinness Book like overseeing it, right?
998. I think this is just an unofficial record.
Okay.
Unofficial
Well,
record.
then it's not. If it's not in the Guinness Book, then it's not being
I don't
recognized.
recognize it at
No,
all.
this is a bullshit record. That's the way I'm seeing it.
This is the same girl who, as I'm scrolling through Twitter the other day, I see her and she's walking around. And it's just her face, and so I like, what is she doing? And I turn up the audio, and she's doing a cum walk.
Oh.
And she has a load on her face, which I don't know if it could have been bacterial soap for anybody.
Sure,
I'm probably not really a load.
A
Who's
little
gonna-
soft soap.
Who the fuck's gonna do that? Probably her. And I'm like, is this the world we're living in? It's like guys are gonna tune in to see her walk around town with jizz on her face. I don't want to
See,
live in that world.
I don't know anything about that, but I do know that I've heard her talk, and I go, she seems like a lovely lady.
She seems
like
nice.
some of those streetwalkers out there, they're all, they take their teeth out and they gum you. There's some of that stuff out there. I'm going, this chick seems rather put together. Like
She is so horribly broken. It's not even funny. I
No,
give
I
her
think
2 years before she blows her brains
Well,
out.
I think she's a lovely young lady for the moment. I don't know what's going to happen 2 years from now, but she seems like she's really got her stuff together. And her body count is huge. I mean, she is bagging bodies.
Think about just shaking hands.
And that was just on a Tuesday or whatever. That was just on a rant. That was just that day.
Should be. It's going to be 5,000 next. Imagine shaking hands with 1,000 guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, fucking 1,000 guys. What
Okay.
a miserable proposition.
You're underestimating the amount
For what?
of
Ejaculate?
no, the amount of losers there are
Oh no, no, but her.
as far as guys.
but her.
Oh, I
Imagine
thought you
that
meant like-
1, 2, 3.
Oh, just in like a
It
meet
takes
and greet
forever,
of
1,000
yeah.
guys.
And wasn't it more than 1,000? Like
1,056 or 7.
Not that we're
we
counting.
know.
I don't have any idea. It's what we read.
Not that I had a pie chart while I was watching the entire video. And this is 952. Oh my God, look at this guy.
You got that fuck around and find out chart, and it's just the slope is getting deeper and deeper.
I want to know what kind of guys are waiting in line. I want to know all about this. I want to know. So you got 1,000 guys. So the last 20 are all jerking themselves to get ready.
I don't know.
Well, how else are you going to get ready? She's not going to get
Well,
you ready. She's
No, I think they had
thing.
designated fluffers.
Are you shitting me? They got a fluffer for 1,000 guys. That's the worst job in the world.
I could be incorrect. Again, I haven't studied this, Mike. I don't know.
God,
Based off of information that I heard about from a previous one, I think they have like a couple designated fluffers to help people gear up because they've only got a limited window.
You have
of time.
to be ready. You have to be right ready.
Right. It would be akin to DiCaprio before he goes into character on a movie set. Like, you gotta when they yell action, baby, you
gotta go.
Snap into it.
I think they made a lot of money on this. I think they made a lot because
was it an OnlyFans thing?
Because it was on the New York Post, and she said she said her parents were very much against it until she paid off their house, and now they're very supportive.
So her parents are gold diggers? Is that what I'm getting out of this? Like,
yeah, they're like, okay, well, if you can pay off our house and take us on a vacation,
we will only be for this if you pay off our home.
That's it.
Well, again, she seems like a lovely lady. I mean that all kidding aside. Like every time you hear her talk, she seems very. It's almost eloquent.
Because she's British.
That's it.
So imagine, okay, so this is your dog.
She was American, be like, 1,000 guys. Yeah, would add a different element.
You're her father, and you're like,
this
I can't believe you and your wife, and then she goes, Daddy, I know you don't approve of what I'm doing, but I just want you to know that I've paid off the house, and next week I'll be taking you to wherever, Hawaii, on a 2-week vacation. You might think differently in this day and age where you're like, I'm never going to be able to pay off my house.
Well, she would have had me at the British accent.
But first I must go do a cum walk, Papa.
even that in a British accent sounds great. It doesn't sound bad at all.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go do a cum walk and see what kind of response I get.
A 5K. The 5K.
Yeah.
To raise money.
A cum 5K.
That's right.
Is this not?
She will drip for 5 kilometers.
Is that not the end of the world upon us?
It's
shortly?
interesting.
Come on, right? It's the end of the world.
She's having a little fun, making a little money.
I bet she's making a shit ton of money. And what kind, like?
I think she's got she's got like another one, like a personal assistant, like almost like an understudy that's also doing sort of the same things, but in a different way. But she's equally as lovely. I kid you not. And she's also British. I'm listening to her interviews. And I'm going, well, they seem normal. They seem put together. Imagine me and that one's understudy.
I don't think they're put together.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
No, I do not have that one. I did not. Because of I was gonna.
What about Happy Valentine's Day, you whore?
I got that right here.
Yes.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna redo some of those songs and make sure the camera's adjusted. That's the first time I've done it and not noticed it.
Oh, it was amazing.
Maybe
it's better off you're cut off. So maybe that's
kind
like
of a gimmick.
Yeah, maybe that's
Probably
the move.
Gimmick. Damn it. That's the gimmick. All right. What's that? H. Happy Valentine's Day. You whore.
I mean, it's right around the corner. We're creeping up on it.
This could be here before you freaking know it. We'll be right back with more of the hang. God, damn, 7:15.
We'll chat next.
Oh, you're a dirty dog.
We met on the side of a mountain, I caught her screwing the black guy next door.
I don't love you anymore. Happy Valentine's Day, you whore.
We met on the side of a mountain, my only true Valentine. It's been 25 years and counting. I can't get her out of my mind. But now things aren't the same, and I know who's to blame. She can't quit spreading her legs. She banged my best friend Roy, then she blew the bag boy. Now there's just one thing I want to say.
I don't love you anymore. Happy Valentine's Day, you whore. I don't love you anymore. Happy Valentine's Day, you whore.
You took our love and you tore it apart. Now I'll take this pickaxe and rip out your heart.
I don't love you anymore. Happy Valentine's Day, you whore.
And on the side of a mountain, my only true Valentine.
I killed her. Happy Valentine's Day, whore.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I want to feed you biscuits. Grab your fat behind. Motorboat your fat boobies. I'll slop you with a bucket. I know that drives you wild. Gravy makes you want to breathe. Gravy makes you want to breathe. I don't care where I stick it. I don't need your vagina. Your armpit feels just fine to me. I'm smothered by your left tit, but I have a big smile. I get off when you crush me. I get off when you crush me. Watch her grow and grow, then she blows a wide load. I hope she don't explode.
Gravy makes you want to breathe. Gravy makes you want to breathe. Woo! Watch her grow and grow. There she blows. Woo!
There's a foreign land, and some say it's grand, and it's full of green good luck. But I disagree. I shout 1, 2, 3, hey, hey, the Irish suck. Yeah, they love to fight, and they're not too bright, just drinking their nasty brew. Damn the Irish rogue and his silly brogue. If you're Irish, then fuck you. Everybody say yeah, they got red hair and they foul the air with their filthy Irish stink. Watch them sip their cup and then throw up, 'cause all they do is drink. Kiss a Blarney Stone, and when you're done, you can kiss my bare ass too. Damn the Irish rogue and his silly brogue. If you're Irish, then fuck you.
Took me a long time to get that part down.
Kiss the Blarney Stone, you lawyers.
30
Kiss
takes.
my bare ass too. You're an Irish prick, so suck my dick. If you're Irish, then fuck you.
You know, you just can't get in trouble making fun of the Irish.
Oh,
You can't, so that you could just lay it on.
not true.
Jamie the Plumber, 1,500 bits.
Hey!
Thank you, Jamie the Plumber.
If you recall, you did that same song for the head attorney at SiriusXM, Donnelly, at the direction of the Cuck, and we certainly didn't win any favors there.
I don't remember that. I don't remember so much.
You don't.
So much.
Oh, in fact, the guy
Did I
just
do it
announced
live or something? What,
the guy. No.
What, like-
You did it, and
Jamie the Plumber, 1,000 bits. He likes the Irish humor. Go ahead.
And the only thing that jogs that memory is a couple weeks ago, the guy announced he was leaving SiriusXM. And I go, oh my God, that name looks familiar. And then I'm going, oh yeah, we made fun of that guy and Ned beat him up pretty bad on songs at the direction of the Cuck.
Why did we do that? Jamie the Plumber, 250 bits. Why did we do that?
You're asking a question that nobody knows the answer to. But it was like it was the same thing with Greenstein, right? So the Cuck would have you do songs about Greenstein. It was the same thing with the head legal counsel. You don't remember that at all?
I vaguely remember it. I remember the Greenstein songs. I don't remember. I vaguely remember the what do we have against this guy?
No, I mean,
What did
again,
he do?
you're asking a question out loud that neither one of us know the answer to.
What did he did something to somebody, or just picked a guy and went after him for the fuck?
No,
of it?
he was working at SiriusXM as the head legal counsel, just like the Cuck wanted you to go after the. It was like a
Ober thing.
yeah, like a axe to grind for no reason kind of thing. You don't remember that?
Not really.
I think his name was.
I got dementia.
God, man, I want to say his name was like Patrick.
That's not Patrick Donnelly, but that could be your actual cardinal. I don't know. Or actual bishop or something. I vaguely remember that. The Ober thing. I can't believe he never got arrested or set up or something. When you totally try to piss off the state's attorney in your county, like the stupidest thing you could ever do, right?
Well, that and you look at like how the Cuck tried to fuck with like Pam Bondi and
All these
Ashley
people-
Moody and all these, and now Pam Bondi's like the what is she? The state's what? Oh
She's
God,
she's a bigwig.
bigwig in the Trump Secretary of State.
is
Some
she-
crazy ass title.
Who's she replacing? I don't know. She's got a big title.
Yeah, Patrick Donnelly, SiriusXM's radio executive, vice president, general counsel, and corporate secretary, intends to retire in early 2025. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to piss him off, would you?
You did.
Oops.
I mean, you did it in the direction of
Hey, you got to do what you got to
a
do.
homeboy, but yeah. And at the time, we're going, why are we doing this? Like, this is not going to go. Like, how are you going to get a contract again? Like, you wonder. I can't believe you don't remember that one. It was it was an odd one, to say the least.
Some kind of, you know how people have said different syndromes, Munchausen, he had like some kind of self-Munchausen where he sabotaged himself for attention.
Yeah, he's a self-saboteur.
It's a bizarre I don't think there's that many people around who are completely self-saboteurs. Somebody as successful as he was and could have been, he may have been the greatest self-saboteur of all time.
I cut myself to see if I still feel.
He's number 2 behind Axl Rose. But
Yeah,
Axl Rose
yeah,
got to go back with the band.
Yeah. There's no band's coming back with you, homie. Yeah, it's true. Anyways.
What are we talking about?
Oh, man. Well,
Other than cum walks and...
oh, yeah, well, we were going to go to chat, but we didn't know if anybody in chat would participate or if they would
they hate
reject
us.
us based off of us ignoring them.
They hate us.
So,
It's nothing.
yeah.
They sit around and just trash talk us the entire chat.
I mean, Jamie the Plumber was cool.
He pops in and gives us money and leaves.
Leaves?
Because the hang chat is so toxic. It's worse than the Bubba.
Is it?
It's worse than the Bubba chat.
No way.
The Bubba chat at the end of it was I wanted to put an end to it all every day after the show because I spent 4 hours reading people telling us how bad we sucked. It was terrible. No, it's not bad.
I always
Triple Edge Sword says we loathe you guys.
we loathe you too, Triple Edge Sword. I don't know.
I don't know. They're talking about plumbing. E-Lab's talking about plumbing.
Plumbing, dude.
They're having plumbing. See that they don't even listen to the show. It's like
Having plumbing conversations
it's like
without
being-
me.
It's like being at a bar. You see, we're at the table here, and they turn us up, and we're just they turn us up so you can almost hear us, and you hear us laughing and stuff, and they're like, "Man, this is a great bar. Those guys are having a good time." I
Don't know what they're talking about, but they're having fun.
I think Ned said that. He said he's the Christmas tree log, the Yule log. Just put him in the background. You don't care. Listen or don't. He'll be a Yule log. He's got no pride. I'll be the Yule. We'll be your Yule logs.
I got to watch the Ned in Your Head more often. I swear to God, the one last week was cracking me up.
The one what?
Just the one last week that you did on
okay.
Friday, the Ned in Your Head. It
500 girls.
was killing me, dude.
500 guys. I mean,
No.
Ned's Navy said we have important conversations exclusively about plumbing. No, that's Ink Spike. Ink Spike says Hang Chat is always exclusive about plumbing. They're kidding.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would love to know some stuff about plumbing. Like I got a goddamn.
God.
Like I wish I knew anything. I got a. What's it called? This is how dumb I am with the stuff. What's the thing that you put food down and then you turn it on? My man card should be totally revoked right now. Cause, what the hell am I talking about? Thing that slices it up. I'm afraid to put my finger.
Garbage
in.
disposal.
Garbage disposal.
Garbage disposal.
I got one that's not working, but like it seems to be working. But I don't know how. Like it's making the noise.
Well, Donna can come over and switch it out for you.
Can she?
Yeah, she could. Trace.
I swear to
It
God,
might
I
have been
would.
Trace that put who put in the new. Was it you and Trace? Yeah. Trace put it in. Yeah.
Well, if he could come over and just take a look at mine, like I'm sure, like it's not worth me calling out a plumber because I think it's still working, but there must be some sort of reset button that I can't see or something minor.
Reset button,
Or,
okay.
I don't know. It's just like sometimes you just need a second set of eyes on
Well,
something,
then
and you
you're,
go, oh yeah,
you're
that makes
perfect
sense.
for Trace's. He's the half-assed handyman.
Well, he's
And
my
he'll
guy.
he'll charge a third or a half of what a plumber costs.
Can I pay him in like
Bitcoin,
weed or
yeah,
something?
Bitcoin.
No. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to kind of get him into because he fixes Donna's car and fixes brakes and stuff, and he's mechanically inclined. It's like, man, mobile mechanics where it's at, man. You can make a killing.
Oh, dude, if he could
killing.
I swear, yeah, for real. If he knew what he was doing and like he could guarantee that he'd be able to fix it, That would be cool. Like, okay, if I call over a plumber, I know a plumber is either going to go, I can't fix it and you need a new one, or I'm
They're
going
gonna
to fix
it. Yeah.
With Trace, I don't know how that's going to go, because if he comes over and he's like, I can't fix it, should I still have to pay the half-ass?
Oh no, he won't. If he looks at it and says he can't, he'll just go on to the next half-ass job.
So there's no time value proposition with his business at all?
If he fixes it.
If he fixes
But
it.
if he's like, oh, it's over.
So it's
he's
either
like,
I'll
it's
fix
over-
it or it's free?
If it's over his head, he's just gonna leave.
But
He's like, oh, I can't do that.
well, that gives me no reason to call a half-assed handyman if I don't even know if the handyman's going to be able to handle the task.
Well, then the half-assed handyman ain't for you, buddy.
But you know what I mean? Like, I thought I called you because you were a handyman, and he's going, well, I kind of am, but not really.
I don't know, man. I think he's actually gonna just do brakes. He's just gonna be brake man. Front pad. He doesn't even mess with the rotor.
My old one had a reset button on the bottom.
Oh,
Yours
shit.
does. See, I think it was
$50.
$50.
$50.
Bits, go to Donna. Donna
Sorry,
does-
half-assed handyman. You just lost out.
Yeah, Donna took your gig. Donna, if you could come over at some point in time, please, for real.
Reset button, buddy.
There's something, but it's dark under there, and I can't fit my body under there
it's so
to
hot.
see it.
See, you're a big guy.
It's in a weird little space.
Because we were messing with the sink and trying to get the faucet out, and using they got this special tool that you're supposed to, and you know you're doing all this kind of shit. 'Cause
Yep.
there's pipes and everything, and you're like, it'll make you want to blow your brains out. We gave up. We were like, fuck it, we'll keep the old faucet. Fuck it. It ain't coming off, and we
You
ain't
got
calling
so
a plumber.
mad you just kept the old faucet.
Yeah, we said, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people who like Donna's good at that stuff, and she can go on YouTube and she can fix all kind of shit in her car, and I could go on YouTube and watch the same video, and it would take me like 3 days, and I still wouldn't do it right. I just
Well, that's where
I'm not. It's not my aptitude.
again, we go back to being emasculated. Like my father-in-law is the best, dude. He is amazing, and he's a real handy guy, and he knows everything. But like, it sucks when every time he comes over, like there's a list for him,
Oh, jeez.
and I'm going, leave the man alone. Just let him come over and hang with us. Can we just let him hang? But it's like, well, I could just ask him this while he's here. I'm like, don't ask him anything. And then I end up just like going, can I get you anything, sir? Like I'm the servant, you know, because I don't know what he's doing. I gotta.
So you
The
don't
only thing
get,
I can do
so
to
he
help him
doesn't
is-
get a to-do list. He gets a Matt can't do list.
That's fair. That's completely
That's
fair.
That's emasculating.
It's pretty shitty. Yeah, it's
I've
pretty.
been in that situation many times. watching a real man do things around my house, going, "Can I hold the light for you?"
The worst was we paid a handyman to come over. This was a few years back, and like, he was like a young, like 6'5", strapping. Like every worst nightmare that you'd be like, well, this is how porn start, right? Like this is how this is how this goes. And then the husband goes to work. Is like, honey, I'll be back in a few hours. And then bow, chicka, bow. Like I'm looking at this. And I'm
Cleans your
going,
pipes.
yeah. I'm going,
that kind of deal.
Yeah, this is not good. And he did his job and whatever, and went back. But man, it's so like it's one thing if it's your father-in-law, like that's still emasculating, but it's different when it's a really like, young, tough, rugged person doing
worse.
it. You're going, man, he's smarter. Yeah, like it's the perfect nightmare, is what it is.
How come? See, you can't. It's like guys like us. We can't emasculate. We can't go over to someone else's house and perform a radio show in front of their wives to impress them.
It's not the
not
same
fair.
impressing.
It's not fair. Those guys couldn't come in here and do what we do.
I had to do a thing this past weekend where I was on a microphone for like 3 hours, right? I'm doing a whole to-do, right? And
It's a long time.
it was, but it was great and it's fun and everything. And I get done and my daughter was like, "How did you do that? Like, what were you nervous? Were you scared? Like all these kind of things." And I never really thought about it. She'd never really seen me do any of that stuff,
anything.
And I go, I got to tell you, I said, I didn't even think about it. It's just what I know. You know, like I don't know how to explain it. I keep like, oh, I was so nervous. Yeah, but everything like it makes no difference to me. You know what I mean? Like it's weird.
Just what you do, man.
Yeah, like
It's like a plumber doesn't get
Like a
nervous
plumber.
when he doesn't get nervous when he's changing your
right.
garbage.
Yeah, like did you get nervous hitting that reset
I
button?
was real nervous. I didn't know if it was going to be right or not. I was going to look like a real jackass.
I don't know. The whole thing's anyways.
What the hell were we talking about?
I don't know.
What we were talking about. Here's my prep for the show today. Oh, nothing. I didn't do anything. I gave that up weeks ago. It's the hang.
Fine.
Not the prep.
You know what? Okay, going back, not to go back to the inauguration, but a little bit.
Oh, brother.
Did you find it annoying at all, or did you see it when these the mainstream media outlets like a CNN were like going when they were mad at all the tech billionaires in the room, and they're going, these tech billionaires, this is not a good idea. This is so strange to have all these powerful people that control information and media and what people hear and what they don't hear. And it's so weird to have them up by the president. And, you know, it's not good because, you know, they can be the sole parties responsible for misinformation and disinformation. And I'm sitting there going, so like you guys used to be. Like CNN's griping like crybabies. Well, that's not fair. They get to be in charge of the disinformation now. That's supposed to be our thing.
Exactly.
It was the weirdest thing in the world.
When Zuckerberg was just on Joe Rogan saying that the Biden administration was harassing their employees and, and yelling at them.
And meanwhile, CNN was falling in line.
Well, no,
you know,
they are the line.
But
CNN is the line.
But isn't that so weird to see the quote unquote legacy media going, well, you know, if you only let a few people control things and the messages people hear, they can distort things. Then the American people won't know what's going on. And like, okay, so now you guys are on the other side of it. Now you're on the outside of the fence looking in, and they're on the inside. Because before you maybe would have had the, you know, president of CNN up there, the president of Fox, name your news outlet, right? Instead, those people have been replaced by the tech billionaires, that social media guys, blah, blah, blah. And now TV's going, well, that's not fair.
Well,
we're them.
Yeah, they have to
we're
because
supposed to be them.
They're getting pushed to the side. They're not. People don't get their news from the TV anymore.
I get news from it, but I take it all very suspiciously. Like I'll watch the news, but I don't necessarily believe any of it. I watch it, but it doesn't mean I'm like taking it to heart. It's more like it's fun.
It's like you can see my tabs up there. Can you see my tabs?
It's a lot of tabs.
They're all X.
Yeah.
It's like that's where I get all the interesting stuff. It's all on X. So why would I? I mean, I go to the New York Post. I go to other sites, but I just don't find a lot of stuff that's interesting. And on X, that's where I find all kind of interesting shit on X.
Yeah. And even if it's derived from other media outlets, at least you have it all in a central place. Yeah. Where you go, oh, this seems cool.
And then you start doom scrolling. Oh, God.
Yep. That's all
so
bad.
Hard. And it's all it's garbage. Just going through garbage, just hoping to find that nugget. It's very time consuming.
And then the nugget is like some guy who's, you know, talking to his dog, and the dog talks back, and you go, oh, that's great.
I'm not falling for that stuff, man.
I
am falling for that shit.
I do like a nice timeline refresh when somebody puts something dumb up and you go, oh, that's cool.
I love this. Like, you know, if I come across something real sappy, you know, I'll play it on the show just to, you know, so to make sure we bring some sappiness.
Yeah. Cleanse the palate.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that.
Start fresh. Oh my God.
Sometimes just something stupid.
What are we doing with football? Are we do we know what you're going to do for Super Bowl yet? We got any ideas? Who's going to be in it? What are you thinking? Any predictions?
I don't know. Because you look at the way that, you know, that's the whole big stink is always the Chiefs and how everybody bends over backwards and they get there just because the refs sway the game.
Now, real talk. Is that, do you think, true, or is it just people being crybabies and people being, like, what is that? Is there actually some sort of legit argument to that, or is it whatever?
Yeah, I think a good example was the last game where they played, I think, the Texans. in their opener, the playoff opener. They got a bye. Kansas
Okay.
City did. Then they played the Texans. And in the first quarter, the first half, there was 2 roughing calls against Houston, and even the announcers, even Troy Aikman was like, "Man, that's not a foul."
Okay.
And it's like it just continually happens. So
So you feel like there's something there.
you feel, yeah. I mean, it's rigged. Everything's rigged in the freaking world. The radios, when you were in radio, you know how rigged that was. Every profession is rigged. I'm not even.
I know what you say.
I'm talking about every aspect. That too, but
Yeah.
every aspect of it is freaking rigged. The music industry, that's rigged. Hollywood's rigged. Everything's rigged. So football's rigged, and they want the Chiefs to be there. But I guess probably you got that Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing. That brought them probably more.
I mean, that's
fans
money,
than ever.
dude. That
It's
is money.
It's money.
It's money.
So, I'd love to see. I like Josh Allen and the Bills. I'd like to see them win, but
Who's performing this year? I don't remember.
I think it's Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Kendrick Lamar and his Muppet voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
A minor.
You see what I did there? I made a pedophile joke.
So that's
Fuck.
really
How's that? And
for older NFL fans. Like that doesn't even resonate.
that's a turd.
Like I'm familiar with him from the jump, right? But even I'm sitting there going, if it's Kendrick Lamar, that doesn't make a lot. Just off the cuff, it doesn't make a ton of sense.
When generally, you got Tom Petty and Bruce Springsteen. I understand you gotta young it up a little bit more than that nowadays. So you got the they had Justin.
John Petty and the Heartbreakers. Yeah.
They had Justin Timberlake,
Which I thought was fantastic.
when he was that was at the height of his career too. That's not.
That might be my favorite one, for real. Like, I thought it was great.
And who have they had? I'm trying to think of some.
Weekend.
The Weeknd. Yeah, he paid out of his own pocket to have all those dancers and everything. Smart move.
Made dividends.
move.
Who did Beyonce? Right? Did she do it?
he?
No,
that was
no.
recently.
Beyonce. That was
she did
yeah.
a college halftime.
Did T Swizzle do it? Who did it last year? Shakira. Dr. Dre did it last year with Snoop Dogg and Eminem and 50 Cent. They did a whole.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that now.
Yeah.
So now we're going with Kendrick Lamar, who I can't imagine if you're under the age of 30 that you would, maybe 35, 30 or 30, that you would even know his name.
That's the thing. Like, I know him, but I think I know him just because of the industry that
Yeah,
the around. You know what I mean? But like, if I was just your average 35 or 40 or like 40 or 45 or whatever it is, that wouldn't be a needle mover for me to be like, oh man, Kendrick Lamar's playing. That's no slight on him. It's just it seems like an age bracket below where the target would be.
it seems like a bunch of things like that for sure. And other than his last song, which they play ad nauseum. I don't the A minor. They play
the
that
one
ad
dissing Drake.
I've never heard. He had some Black Panther song, and I've never cared for him.
That's fun. Let's put that in the mix.
I think he rhymed hero with zero like 8 times, and
Zero, hero, hero, zero, hero.
I was like, fuck you. That's what I said when I heard that song. Get a thesaurus, asshole.
Thesaurus, clitoris.
That's a good one.
That's not bad. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I don't get it. Demographically, and that kind of act does not translate like actual acts with instrument, like a Bruno Mars or a Rolling Stones.
Yeah, the Rolling
Bruno fucking Mars is
Yeah,
not.
the Rolling Stones. Okay, real talk. What is the last
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5. Marooned on an island. There's 5 of them. Who was the last rock act? Like to seriously, I'm trying to remember, and the only one that pops out in my mind, which is not true and correct, so I know that,
Yeah.
but the one that everybody makes fun of in a glorious fashion will be the Creed one.
Creed. That's
Yeah.
a long.
He's flying across. Like, it is a fun performance.
That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Was it
and-
Bruce? Was it Bruce Springsteen? That was only a few years ago, wasn't it?
Was it?
I don't know.
I thought his songs are like 18 minutes long or something. Maybe chat. Chat. Can anyone help us out with who the last rock band was to perform?
Foghat. Foghat never. That's the Ink Spice's Foghat.
That's a great response, though.
Foghat.
Yeah, Foghat was playing. I watched the Super Bowl.
Take it easy.
You guys need Foghat to play.
Foghat. Usher? Was it Usher? Dion's bathtub says Usher.
I mean, Usher did
Usher.
play, and he was great, but he wasn't a rock band, obviously. But like, what was the
Lady
last?
Rihanna was not too long ago.
That wasn't.
Was that last year or the year before Rihanna?
Yeah, the year before last, because she was pregos.
Right,
Okay, the
Rihanna.
Lady Gaga one was funny. Remember when she jumped off the top of the building? She did like the spider jump. She looked at the camera, and goes, ah, and then just jumped. That was a fun
I don't
meme.
even remember.
Oh, it was great. I almost like.
What's the last rock group that was there?
How weird would it be if it was Creed? Like how sad would that be if it was like, yeah, it was Creed.
Emerson Johnson says Rolling Stones. B Bumpy says Aerosmith.
Aerosmith was here when they had the Super Bowl here. I went to that Super Bowl.
Which one?
The one at the old Sombrero.
Oh shit, that one. That's fucking.
Aerosmith. They may have played
That's
another one
ages
since,
ago.
but I went to that one. I went to that Super Bowl game and saw Aerosmith.
Dion's bathtub says Maroon 5 would count. Were they the Super Bowl halftime? Were they?
That sounds legit. That sounds like they were big enough to do that.
Boy.
I could see that, and I guess it counts. I mean,
Coldplay was Coldplay.
Coldplay did do.
Did they do?
I think they did.
I don't know. Just Google a list of the Super Bowl
Instead of us just
halftime
conjecturing all night
Instead of
long.
us playing hodgepodge hopscotch.
So Foghat was or was not there. Did Molly Hatchet arrive in style or no?
Foghat, the best halftime show ever.
What else did they have besides Slow Ride?
I just want to make love to you. Down, down. And that's about it. Slow Ride.
Short halftime show. Okay, quarter time
They
show.
definitely did not do the halftime show.
No. How weird would it be if the NFL was like, and this year, Foghat.
Boo. Super Bowl. Halftime. This is wordy show. Artists.
Doing a list?
Artists.
Let's go through these doozies.
Let's see.
Who sucked and who didn't.
List of Super Bowl halftime shows. Here we go. Yeah. Give me the list. Give me the list.
All right, now let's be clear and objective about this.
Complex. What is going on here? I don't want this kind of. This is not a list. This is a chore.
Oh my God!
Damn a fucking list.
Wikipedia, take it easy on all the information. Slow it down a
Give
bit.
me just a fucking list. I should have put list.
Well, Chat
All-time list.
GPT.
ESPN's
for God's
got
sake.
the list. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Like year by year.
Should I start? Wow, this goes on for fucking. I ain't doing 50. of them.
1954. Foghat.
What do you want to start with? 1990, 2000.
Sure.
How about 2000?
2000.
Right here,
That
2000.
sounds fair.
Phil Collins,
Okay, he's rad.
Christina Aguilera, Enrique Iglesias, Tony Braxton, and an 80-person choir.
All right.
Eh.
That's not all in one show, right? That was all
That was in
separated.
one, no, that was all in one. 2000.
No way.
A tapestry of nations, whatever that means.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
what it means.
whatever. All right.
Super 2001, the Kings of Rock and Pop featuring Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa.
So that's when they were doing like a whole hodgepodge of musicians before they got like solos, and then the act would go, I want
think
this
so.
person to do a cameo.
Wow, 2002, it's a real downer.
Don't say Janet Jackson.
No, no. This is way more of a downer.
All right, don't tell me. Give me a hint.
No, you're not getting. It's not even. You can't even guess it.
Really?
It's a tribute to those killed in the September 11th attacks,
Well, who started it?
featuring U2.
All right. Okay. Okay. That's huge.
U2, that's a rock act.
That counts.
2003, Shania Twain. And No Doubt, featuring
Nah.
Sting.
I mean, Sting kind of rules.
Oh, damn. 2004.
He was having tantric sex the whole time during the Super Bowl.
He was like 7 hours late to the show. Where is he still? He hasn't come yet.
He's with he's the 1,058th participant in the gangbang.
Thank God he wasn't number one.
He's holding out.
He'd be holding up the line.
Baby, I've been waiting for 25 hours. Time for me to. You're going to get stoned.
Tantric. All right, where were we?
2004, I think. This is going to take
2004
forever.
is the bad one. Janet Jackson,
Oh, that-
Kid Rock,
yeah.
P. Diddy, Nelly, and Justin Timberlake.
P. Diddy.
We
Wow.
lost our jobs. But P. Diddy kept his job.
For like another 25 years, he's fine. Like everything was fine for P. Diddy.
We lost our fucking job. 2005, Paul McCartney. 2006.
Oh, this is a bad idea, yeah?
The Rolling Stones in 2006. 2007, Prince. Featuring the Florida A&M Marching Band.
Okay, that did rule.
Did rule.
Because Prince,
Because Prince.
I mean, you know, he's
and
awesome.
and he was behind the screen with his penis guitar going,
That's right.
and everybody was just like, holy shit.
Him wearing like a buck. It's just, but the guitar was huge.
It's like, it's a huge penis
It's a
guitar.
very phallic. That was more phallic than the Janet Jackson. I mean, for
way
God's
worse.
sake.
I mean, it was way worse. 2008, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. 2009, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
You guys want to see Super Bowl? Who's ready for a Super Bowl?
Super Bowl time. 2010, The Who. I don't remember this. That was only 15 years ago.
I strangely sort of remember it, but it was not memorable, if that makes sense. Like, I remember it not being
I
memorable.
mean, they're getting pretty up there. You know, those guys, they had to be pretty old at that point. 2011, the Black Eyed Peas featuring Usher and Slash.
Okay.
2012, Madonna featuring LMFAO.
She had to be cusping at that point, right? She had to be on the cusp of like looking
I don't
like
think it was-
dangerously old and losing her gait.
It was. I think it was real cuspy.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
about as cuspy as you can get.
That was also the year Biden should have probably said, hey, public services, maybe
Yeah.
Maybe
she
I'll let it
shoulda,
go.
yeah. 2013, Beyonce featuring Destiny's Child. Oh, she threw them a bone.
nice of her.
2014, Bruno Mars featuring the Red Hot Chili Peppers. 2015, Katy Perry featuring Lenny Kravitz and Missy Elliott. Don't remember that at all. 2016,
I don't either.
Coldplay featuring Beyonce and Bruno Mars.
Coldplay rules.
2017, Lady Gaga.
That was when she jumped off the building like a spider.
2018, Justin Timberlake featuring the Tennessee Kids.
I loved that one.
Who's the Tennessee Kids?
He was doing. It was like like an orchestra kind of band in the background, like a big band. But that was I thought that was great.
Don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember. I was probably drunk. 2020, Shakira and Jennifer Lopez featuring Bad Bunny, J Balvin, and Emma Muniz. I
Right.
boycotted that one. 2020.
A little too Latin for you, or what? What was it?
Yeah, no. Yeah. 2021, The Weeknd.
Yeah, yeah.
2022, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, so that was
And 50 Cent and Anderson .Paak. That's a lot.
yeah,
That's a lot.
that was pretty good. If you're a hip hop fan, that was a good one.
2023, Rihanna. 2024, Usher. 2025, Kendrick Lamar at the Superdome in New Orleans.
Now, if there was a rock band that had been tasked with this, and knowing the ones that have been in it, is there one that comes to mind? There's one for me.
That what you would want to play?
Yes.
They're all. I'm trying to think of it.
That I didn't see on the list. I don't know if they played in the past, but was not on the list that you mentioned.
I'm trying to think of a rock band who has members that aren't dead.
There's two that come to mind. For me, at least. Give up? I'll tell you.
I give up.
All right, one would be Metallica. That would rule.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're worldwide. They're worldwide.
they're selling out. I mean, you know, they're Metallica at this point. Like, if you're going to get the Who up there or Bruce Springsteen or anybody else, Metallica would make sense if you're going in that direction. Yeah. I don't know if they're going that direction.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not.
The other one I could see, and this is a stretch, Disturbed.
Oh, I don't think so. No,
it is a stretch.
It's not mainstream enough.
It's a stretch.
Plus, he's making monkey noises. And people don't want to see that. They got their kids in the room.
Is there anyone that comes to mind that you go, this one's missing?
Trying to think of
I know, it's a long...
big time...
Shit, I'd love to see Fleetwood Mac.
Shit.
Give me Fleetwood Mac out there.
We saw Stevie Nicks. She was on Saturday Night Live.
She was terrible.
There comes a time
she lost her gait
when you just gotta hang it up. If you can't perform it like you used to perform it, or at least reasonably, I don't know if I told you about the Barry Manilow deal. Did we talk about the Barry Manilow thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
82.
Fucking crushed it. Keep singing, Barry. As long as you can crush it, he fucking crushed it. Played the piano. He fucking sounded great. Most people, you get to be 75, 80, and you just sound like shit. And it's time to hang it up.
I am the only fan of Fleetwood Mac in the house. Okay, so when I find out Stevie Nicks is on Saturday Night Live, I'm like, oh, damn! This is my chance to tell everybody, family.
She fucked you.
Family. She still got it. Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac, you know her, you love her. And if you don't, you're going to. Check this out. And I left there with something on the face because it was brutal, dude. It was not
good. And I think one, I don't know, did she sing one of her songs the second time, but the first song was one of her new songs or something. And I'm like,
I thought the second song was a new. Either one, the new one was not.
It's like nobody wants to hear this, Stevie. We want to hear you sing some, Rihanna, Dream, something.
Yeah,
it was not. She, sometimes, you just got to hang it up.
Well, what's hanging up then?
Oh shit! It's time to hang it up. Damn.
It's the hanger. We're hanging it up.
We're hanging it up.
For us. Hey,
did you see Ned's promo this week?
No.
Oh, well, let me read you Ned's promo real quick. Let's see if we lived up to Ned's expectations.
Should I juxtapose this one with the one that you put on the Facebook? Yes, let's. Shall we? Go ahead.
Ned says, "Here we go again. Tune in tonight at 6 to hear these two twinks do their latest butt plug review." Butt plug review. Or compare genital warts or get their taints waxed. I'm sure it'll be groundbreaking. LOL. #Fizzags.
Your Facebook one, it reads much different. Mike and Matt are taking growth hormones and rebranding their show to Beefcakes with Hot Takes. Mm-hmm. Come for the conversation. Stay for the pose down.
For the pose down. Pose down coming up
tonight at 6.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Well, downloads are looking good, and we want to thank everybody for real, because we can pretty much retire now with everything that's going on. I think we're pretty much there. We'll keep doing this for fun.
This is for fun.
But
thank God we invested in Bitcoin.
Don't get me started.
Let's see. I was gonna
strategic reserve coming, incoming.
Oh, we shall see.
If he's keeping his promises, I think
he's not keeping no promises. Get the fuck out of here.
He pardoned Ross Ulbricht last night. I thought that was dope.
Now, who?
Who? The founder of Silk Road, which was the website that kind of first used Bitcoin. Now, it didn't. It used it for some nefarious purposes, which is where Bitcoin gets a bad reputation from, and blah blah blah. But he was serving. He was 26, I think, at the time when he invented Silk Road, which again was a marketplace on the web, and people would sell drugs on there and all this stuff, and they would use Bitcoin anonymously. Blah blah. Now he got busted. They took him down, rightfully so. What do you think that sentence deserves? Like, for real. If you're 26, you do this thing, you're essentially facilitating drug dealing or whatever, and probably a lot of other stuff. I mean, there's probably,
Yeah,
you know,
some
who
bad
knows,
stuff.
right? Like, there was a lot of stuff. I get it. I think he gets it. But what does that warrant for a first-time offender, non-violent past, any of that? Just a guy who's, you know,
But what's going on this website? Is it's like child trafficking? Is there
most of it was like
child pornography, rape,
I think most of it
Murder
was
hire?
I think there was all of it.
Yeah, at least.
But I don't know if he knew that. He was just trying to build a. He built
is it
a
his company?
marketplace.
His deal.
Company is used very loosely. He was
his
providing a website for people to go
Service. He
peer to
provided
peer.
a service where people and the people were abusing this service.
Fair. I mean, he's not
Yeah,
innocent by
he-
any stretch. But does he deserve to be in prison for life or no?
Maybe I don't
Really?
know. I'd have to. And you see that it's like the white collar crime. It's like I was talking to my barber today who cut my hair too short, but I think we were too.
He was mad at you.
We were too engrossed in our political conversation, and he was talking about the Luigi deal, and he was like saying he supported Luigi, and he wished there was 1,000 more Luigis.
Jeez.
And I was like, I kind of get what you're saying, buddy.
However, but I mean, look, there's one thing of physically acting and killing somebody. Now, again, what Silk Road wasn't, what they did wasn't right.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you kind of dig into the documents or watch a documentary on it and it gets into it further, you kind of go, huh. And not a bullshit documentary that lies, by the way, like a real one. But he got 2 life sentences plus 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
No chance of parole. No nothing. And you know, I think he's been there for like 13 years, something like that, and part of the you know whole process. So Trump pardoned him, which I think's fine. I'm okay with it. I mean, you know, whatever.
They pardon whoever the fuck they want to pardon.
Yeah, like,
pardon every time.
Trump had said he was going to do it. He did it. That I can at least appreciate. He didn't say, well, I'll take a look at the case. He goes, I'll pardon him. And he did. So in that respect, I kind of, you know, at least he kept to his word. And I think the latest is like at some point in time, like late last night, like these cold storage wallets that own like 630 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
All of a sudden became active again. So if they are Ross's wallets, he's worth billions.
A little kickback to Trump. A little kickback to Trump.
Not even that. Just hey, okay. So yeah, you sat in prison for 13 years, but while you did it, you saw Bitcoin rise from 50 cents to
it's almost
105.
worth the wait.
It's kind of in a strange way is. I don't know.
All right. Ned's Navy says, okay, wrap this shit up. We said thanks for the show already.
Oh, damn it. We're getting played off.
We're getting played off. All right. We were going to do another half hour here live on, but no, Ned's Navy played us off. All right. Ed's Navy wouldn't have played us off. I guarantee that. I guarantee that.
Not a chance.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Cluster F tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Mike and Jerry show after that. Ned in your head, 7:45 Friday morning. And we'll see you guys.